Blah, 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 America, blah, blah, blah. The world's finest educational opportunities, blah, blah, blah. And remember, a mind is a terrible thing to waste, blah, 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 blah. Damn right a mind is a terrible thing to waste, and I should know. I was an ESL student. No, ESL does not mean English for stupid Latinos. It's English as a second language. Let me explain. In America, the first place my family actually called home was a garage. My dad is paying Tio Gilberto $300 a month, so the 5 of us can live in his garage in downtown Los Angeles. We're sleeping on mattresses on the concrete floor. We call it Casa de Ratas, because no joke, as soon as the lights went out, you can hear the rats eating through the walls. The TV is still black and white, except now it doesn't make any sense at all. This is what the Brady Bunch sounds like to a family of Salvadoran immigrants. Tan, taran, taran, tan. Sha, 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 sha. Sha, 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 Brady. We've been here for 4 months. I've long since figured out that this is no vacation. It is confirmed the day my parents tell me, Dario, on Monday you have to go to La Eschool. Sí, padre, La Eschool. Fabuloso. My dad has a university education, but here he can't get a job at a gas station. So what's going to happen to me? In El Salvador, I was a pretty good student. In 4th grade, I was studying algebra, history, and chemistry. Sure, we had to carry white handkerchiefs in our pockets so we wouldn't be murdered by military death squads. But we were learning something. My school was supposed to be the Los Angeles Elementary, which has an unparalleled reputation for producing the thugs, whores, robbers, rapists, and fulsome inmates of tomorrow. But I didn't have to go there. The LA education officials had a better idea. They take hundreds of kids just like me, all of us from different parts of Latin America, and bus us 45 minutes to the valley. They called it integration. Like fabuloso. My first day, I was dressed in a brown plaid shirt and matching brown shorts my mom sewed by hand, with knee-high socks and my mom's white nursing shoes. But I used a Sharpie to draw the 3 Adidas stripes on them. So here we are, a busload of kids like me, who probably are sleeping on the floor too, on our way to a new school in a place we never even heard of. Once we get there, they unload us from all these buses and herd us into the auditorium. Sha, 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 sha. Sha, 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 sha. And put us in line, I guess, according to how tall we are. Finally, this lady comes up to me. He seems to be a bit old to be in the 4th grade. Do we know how old this one is? 11? He's awfully tiny. Well then, 6th grade. So she grabs me by the arm and puts me in line with other kids. Somehow my height isn't translating either. Then I get a taste of the education invention called ESL. Picture this. 24 kids who don't speak any English and who don't speak the same Spanish because we're all from different countries, cram in the back of a real classroom while the real students are learning from a real teacher. Some guy hands us a box of crayons and starts saying and doing things we don't understand. Hello. Yeah. This is a chair. Can you say chair? Can you? Air. Put your hands to your throat and feel the vibration. Sha, 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 sha. Why is this man choking himself? That's the choking chair. Where's my white handkerchief? As soon as he left us alone with our state-issued box of Crayolas, us kids decided to have a meeting of the minds to come up with something useful to say. Ay, aquí estamos atrapados, boss. Sí, güey, yo quiero ir al baño. No manches. Yo creo que se dice restroom. ¿Qué no es restaurant, güey? Deja de decir babosada, boy. Hey, so finally we constructed a sentence. But who be brave enough to try? The big kid from La DF decided it would be me. Esta fue tu pinche idea, güey. My hand shot up. The guy made eye contact. Yeah. Excuse for me? Restroom? Sure. Go! Restroom! Surviving the bus ride to the valley 5 days a week was totally Darwinian. It was kind of like mass transit meets midget Mexican wrestling. The bus driver didn't speak a word of Spanish, so unless there was actual gunfire, pretty much the bus kept rolling. I came home with a black eye and a fat lip one day, and my mom said, Alfredo, this is enough. We have to do something. This can't go on. That's when my family decided that the only way things would ever get any better is if we left Tio Gilberto's garage. But none of the other family members wanted to take us all in at once. So my two sisters, Rocio and Maya, were shipped to Las Vegas to live with an aunt and cousins who had been here so long they'd forgotten how to speak Spanish. My mom went to live with my dad's sister in another part of Los Angeles. Father and I went to live with grandmother in Culver City. Grandmother didn't speak a word of English. Dad was just barely getting by. And all I could do was count from 1 to 10 and ask to go to the restroom. I didn't really have an opportunity to learn to speak English. When my two sisters came back from Las Vegas, they were speaking English like they'd been raised in Woodland Hills. So you can imagine the humiliation of having your younger sisters get along better than you and to have to rely on their generosity to know what's going on around you. Yes! Rocío, ¿qué dicen? Yeah, well, they're saying you're stupid. And that those stripes you put on mom's nursing shoes aren't fooling anybody, dude. Even though I was living at grandmother's and my school was a lot closer, I was still in the ESL program. Of course, there was only 6 of us crammed in the back of the classroom, and we still had our issued steak box of Crayolas. How in the hell was I ever going to learn? That's right. The way most of us from the rest of the world learn anything about American culture. Rock and roll! My cousin Raul was my rock star. He'd been in the country a few years, and because he was light-skinned, he was able to assimilate pretty fast. He sounds like Rocky Balboa from El Barrio. And he tried to teach me the words I really needed to know. Fuck you, you too! No, Dario, goddammit, it's just fuck you too. This is 1983. My cousin had long hair and listened to heavy metal. Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, and Twisted Sister. We listened to that music so much, we started to memorize the lyrics. But then I wanted to know about the meaning, like, why would a man bark at the moon? How can a riot be quiet? And how come Jamie's crying? My cousin would do his best to try and explain it all to me. But high school was just around the corner, and I was determined to start my freshman year not as an ESL student. It's like someone heard my wishes and delivered mercy to me in the form of Miss McInnes, a Topanga hippie chick with a kind smile and hairy armpits. She made it her mission to help me speak correctly. She even made time for me after school. Now, Dario, the world has brought us together, the universe, so that I can be your vessel into the English language. Gently put your fingers to your throat and feel the vibrations when you say smile, snake, what? A smile, a snake, what? 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 Again. What? Very good. All the other kids hated me for it. Hated me. Once the Salvadoran kid gave me a Christmas present once. Hey, gracias, boy. Turned out to be a box of dog shit. That just made me want to study even harder. My junior high ESL diploma with honors. Thank you. It's still around somewhere. My first day of class, I walked in and sat in the middle row next to Jeremy Hayden and Cindy Newman. Notice those names? White kids to the left of me and white kids to the right. The teacher started speaking and it didn't sound like sha anything. I understood it all. In my hand, a pencil with a number 2 on it. Unlike the Crayola box that had a 34 on it. My first classroom with no initials. Fabuloso.